SportsCenter. The Jays seek their first world championship, while the Braves try to stay alive. Marshall Faulk was grounded by Air Force. The Washington Redskins seek revenge after a preseason disaster with the Vikings. And there may be confusion in college football as to who's number one, but in baseball,
we're number one. We are the world champs.
We'll clear up the picture next. Good morning again, everyone. Welcome to the Sunday morning edition of SportsCenter. Chris, along with Robin, almost wrapped up in 5, the series. You saw some...
It was close.
You saw some good games up there, but you know what? Lonnie Smith's grand slam Thursday night assured there would indeed be a Game 6. The Jays sent David Cone back on the mound. In Game 2, Cone did not dominate the Braves like he had in the past. Hello there. On the other hand, even though Steve Avery lost Game 3 in Toronto, he earned the respect of the Jays. Bottom of the third, the Braves tied it at 1-1. Then the first batter, top of the fourth, it is Candy Maldonado facing Steve Avery. And like they did so many times in the series, as we're about to see, it is Candyman leading off the fourth with a homer. That quickly put the Jays back on top, 2-1. Same inning. Looking for more. Runners on first and second. Devon White at the plate. Singles to left. Pat Borders. He tries to score, but Deion Sanders, prime time. Perfect throw at home. Still 2-1. Braves try to rally in the fourth off David Cone. Jeff Blauser, he is simply robbed by Roberto Alomar. Then in the eighth, same score, Ron Gant facing Dwayne Ward. He lines to right, but Dave Winfield is there for the super catch. So we go to the ninth. It's 2-1 Blue Jays still. 1 out. Runners on first and second. Tom Henke in. Francisco Cabrera, the hero in Game 7. I can't quite get it over Candyman's hand. Next batter, Otis, my man, delivers a base hit to left. Jeff Blauser comes home to score. The Braves tied in the ninth. It's 2-2. In the 11th, Blue Jays with 2 on, Jeff Reardon. Bobby Cox did not go with him. Dave Winfield doubles off Charlie Lee Brandt. Devon White scores. Gant, he misplays it in the corner. Alomar comes all the way home from first. It's 4-2, Toronto in the lead. The Braves rally in the bottom of the inning. Jeff Blauser on first. Jimmy Key pitching. Damon Berryhill, that's a tough play for Alfredo Griffin. Blauser goes to third. He would score on a ground out. So with the score 4-3, Mike Timlin pitching. Pinch runner John Smoltz at third. Otis Nixon, he tries a surprise bunt, but Timlin's not going for it. Let the celebration begin. The Blue Jays are indeed the world champions, 4-3 in 11 innings. Dave Winfield could not have picked a better time to come up with his first hit for extra bases in the World Series. Pat Borders, clearly the series MVP, came through again, going 2 for 4.
We did it the hard way, baby. We came back the whole year, and I mean, you couldn't ask for a better scenario. Extra innings, and Big Dave coming through with many scrums. We love so many guys out there. Tony did a great job. Hey, this is great. Nice fun. We're number one. We are the world champs.
It's frustrating. You know, it's a good season, but didn't end quite the way we wanted it to. But you know, we'll just have to regroup next year and come back and try to do it again.
I don't think I'll ever be happy till I accomplish that goal of winning the big one. I've had 4 opportunities and haven't come up with it, so believe me, it's very disappointing, and it hurts. Believe me, it hurts.
Just to win the World Series is, you know, beyond my dreams. I didn't think I'd ever get to the big leagues, so to win the World Series and then, you know, the MVP on top of that, it's way beyond whatever I thought I would accomplish.
Take your pick. Offense or defense led to Pat Borders claiming MVP honors. He pretty much kept the speedy Braves in check on the base paths. And you see what Borders did with the bat. Hefty .450 average. He had at least 1 hit in all 12 of Toronto's postseason games this year. That is simply incredible. Toronto had all the answers, whether it was pitching or hitting, and Dave Winfield coming through in the clutch.
Yeah, Dave Winfield, I mean, it played almost 2 decades. He's probably on his way to Cooperstown with the 400 homers and the 2,500 hits, but you got to feel for Big Dave. I mean, this meant so much to him. We talked a little bit about it in Toronto. He just had that look. Like, my goodness, all my career, and I'm finally close. Maybe it's fitting that the first World Series championship by Toronto, that the MVP is Pat north of the border.
I think the Toronto Blue Jays are World Series champions for the first time in their 16-year history. The Jays are probably still celebrating, but our 3 amigos, Gary, Peter, and Ray, are back at work, as is Steve Cyphers, who has this report on the Blue Jays' relief.
price paid by the Blue Jays to feel like this was the number of years they spent feeling like this. 1985, blowing a 3-1 league championship series lead to Kansas City. 1987, blowing a division lead to Detroit in the final week. 1989 and 1991 brought division titles, but no trips to the World Series. But 1992 was different. They were no longer the much-maligned Blow Jays. With rising stars and proven veterans, they became the world champion Blue Jays.
I'm excited, ecstatic, more than anything, for Dave, coming to the big hit, and for Cito, man. I mean, he's a hell of a guy, and he finally gets what he deserves, baby. Thank you. You're the best. You're the best, man. Yes.
This is the first win that we gave to the Canadian people, and we feel real proud of that. And I think so. A lot of people think that we choked in the end. We didn't choke this year. We went all the way.
We told you, had a lot of character. It wasn't the team that you saw in the past. We overcame all odds. The culmination of a great year.
Just to win the World Series is, beyond my dreams. I didn't think I'd ever get to the big leagues. So to win a World Series and then, the MVP on top of that, it's way beyond whatever I thought I would accomplish.
To be sure, Toronto savored this clubhouse celebration to a man, but no one enjoyed it more than those Blue Jays who were around in 1985.
I just wish all the guys that I played with could have been here. George and Garth and Ernie, and you go down the line, Lloyd. I wish all those guys could have been here.
I don't feel vindicated in any way. I just feel very glad and very fortunate to be a part of a world championship team.
The guys kept pulling in the dugout for each other, and this is the way this team's been all year.
We're number one. We are the world champs.
For the record, Toronto becomes the 10th team to win a Fall Classic in its first ever appearance, while the Braves become the 7th franchise to lose back-to-back World Series. In Atlanta, Steve Cyphers, ESPN.
Thanks, Steve. Well, I guess the Blow Jays is now a forgotten phrase, but once again, here in Atlanta in a World Series for the second straight time, a heartbreaker. And Ray and Peter, once again, Charlie Leibrandt, I guess can't pitch in Game 6, but he did awfully well, but just not enough to get him to Game 7.
Well, Gary, if you think about it, last year with Puckett, he probably faced what a lot of people believe is the best right-handed hitter in the game and had the chore of trying to get him out. He hit the home run. And then last night having to face Carter and Winfield, two of the greatest hitters in the game. Did a great job getting Carter out and pitched Winfield very tough. My heart goes out for the man. I've known him for 15 years, played with him in Cincinnati. He's averaged 15 wins over the last 5 years and been an integral part of this ball club. It's not Charlie Leibrandt, and I certainly hope people don't jump and start blaming him for this loss as they did last year, because Charlie was just devastated. Great man, great pitcher, and has just been such an outstanding addition to this ball club.
Ray, you know what? To me, the play where Winfield hit the ball down the line and how close that was to being an out just made me remember how this series was really dominated by defense. There were so many line drives in this series with Devon White's catch, Dave Winfield's diving play, Alomar. A lot of great plays. It just so happened that Charlie Leibrandt was the unlucky one.
Well, the Blue Jays win their first ever World Championship, Peter, but a cast of characters that's not likely to be around in nearly the same form a year from now. A lot of big-name free agents, including Tom Hankey and Key, some of the best players in their team. But we've probably seen the future of the Blue Jays in this Game 6.
Well, I think we have. I mean, the Blue Jays are a classic example of where the game is going. They played for this year. They have the core of the talent there. But, they're certainly going to lose Cohen. They're going to let Hankey go. Key, probably. They might not pick up the option on Winfield, Carter, Maldonado, Manny Lee. But they don't care. I mean, they're just going to retool with the minor league system they have. They'll sign a couple of free agents. They'll know in June what they have, and they'll make a trade.
I think the Atlanta Braves obviously are a very solid ball club, tremendous depth. I look at their bullpen, and I think something was really gained. They didn't go to Jeff Reardon in that situation with the right-handers. That told me something. They acquired Reardon to go down the stretch and try to make them a winner. He got them or helped get them to the World Series, but he didn't perform. Mike Stanton proved to me that he's the man that's going to be in the bullpen alongside Mark Wohlers, a great 95-mile-an-hour fastball. This Braves team has nothing to be ashamed of. I think they're going to be back next year, and as I've said